What's going on, guys, in the Works Media, and welcome to another Battlefield 3 Showdown. And today we're going to be showcasing two sidearms, the Rex, also known as the MP412, and the 44 Magnum, both scoped and unscoped. Two very similar sidearms with some very key differences. But last week we did the M16A3 versus the M416, and I would say that the overwhelming majority of us voted for the M16. It seemed like that was the clear-cut winner in most of the votes. Even the Facebook poll, you can see that the M16A3 held a pretty substantial margin over the M416. So be sure to vote this week, guys, because it's a really important feedback. But you can see there, even in the comments, a lot of people conceded the fact that they thought that the M4 was a very solid choice, but the M16 was overall just the better rifle out of the two. So this week, two sidearms, something we haven't done yet. The Rex is a really interesting weapon. The fact that it does 50 damage and has the chance of a one-shot headshot makes it a very attractive choice for most people up close. As you can see there, I get a one-shot headshot and then I shoot the other guy through him, so I kill a whole squad with a pistol, and you're probably like, wow, but it was only two people in their squad. But it's still a very, very powerful weapon, whereas the Magnum is also a very solid choice. The Magnum actually does more damage than the Rex at 60, where the Rex does 50, and both of those have drop-offs around 12 meters, so once you get out of their substantial range, you start to see some drop-off to the point where it's almost an ordinary pistol, and its advantages really lie in being a very good finishing weapon up close, whereas it's not really good for sniping like you see me do here. It takes a lot of shots to finish that guy off. But the fact that it does have a high headshot multiplier does make it an attractive choice. Both of these have that advantage, and you will get a lot of one-shot headshots if you aim high, so that's what I really suggest when using these. But the biggest disadvantages is obviously the low ammo capacity at 6 rounds apiece and the slow fire rate. The M16 or the M412 can only shoot at around 250 rounds per minute, so it's not really quick. It's 60 rounds per minute faster though than its counterpart, the 44 Magnum, which can only shoot 190 rounds per minute, which is a pretty substantial increase since the patch, because they did patch both these weapons because they thought that it was just a little bit too slow to the fact where it was making it unusable. And the Rex also has a faster reload and a faster it's just overall a faster weapon, I guess you could say. And I think that's just because it does less damage than the Magnum. They kind of gave it some faster qualities to it. So a lot of advantages to using either of these weapons. I could see where you could make a case for both of them. You know, one has the higher damage, whereas the other, you know, you get a little bit, some perks here and there. You get some faster reloads, some faster fire rate. So I think the clear-cut winner in my choice was definitely the Rex. You're going to see here, though, the biggest disadvantage of using either of these weapons is the fact that you're going to run out of ammo in large groups of people. You see I take out 2 people and then I'm out of ammo. But the fact that you can get a 2-bullet kill almost guaranteed makes it kind of an attractive choice to me. I think that I would always go for the Rex, though, just because I prefer being able to reload faster. I find that the Rex works really good on like an assault class with a assault rifle that has fast reload, because it's kind of a bail you out weapon. It's not really a weapon that you switch to unless you really have to. So if you have an assault rifle that reloads quickly and you can just reload instead of switching to your sidearm, it's probably a good go-to weapon. Whereas if you're using an assault rifle that has a slow reload and you find yourself using your pistol a lot, you might want to go to a pistol that has a higher ammo capacity just to take out more people. So the fact that it has a one-shot headshot really makes it a highly used weapon. I've noticed a lot of really strong PC users use the Magnum because it's just a very good finishing weapon. I don't see a lot of people use the Rex. I don't know if that's because you have to unlock it in co-op. I will point that out. It is a co-op weapon, so you have to get, I think it's the first one you unlock. So if you're interested in trying this out, just go play like 2 or 3 rounds of co-op and you'll probably unlock this. I think you need to get 44,000 points. So both are really attractive weapons. Definitely going to give my edge. My vote goes for the Rex, just because I like using it. I find that the 10 extra damage really doesn't benefit you as much as a faster fire rate. You still have the advantage to get that one-shot headshot, so that's why I don't really see a reason to use the Magnum. I guess you could say that the Magnum would bail you out of situations where you only get one shot on somebody with, let's say, 60 damage versus a guy with 50 damage, but that's a really situational instance. So I think that it's definitely goes to the Rex. The fact that you can put a scope on the 44 doesn't really benefit it a whole lot. I've found it's actually kind of hard to use the scope unless they're at like a medium range. So the scope really doesn't make a whole lot of differences. I am using the scope in this TDM here, which I ended up going 15-2, patting myself on the back with scoped Magnum only, so I was really happy about that. But next week is going to be a very fun week because we are going to be doing the M240 versus the M249, and you can see there that Bombay requested that we do something with the M240, and a lot of people had been requesting that. A lot of people wanted to see some LMGs, and that seemed to be the clear-cut favorite, so I've decided to pit it against its little, I think it's its big brother actually, the M249. So this should be a pretty interesting showdown in the next episode. So let me know what you guys might like to see in a future showdown, and I might use your comment in one of our videos. And be sure to go over to the Facebook poll, which the link is in the description, and vote on which weapon you want to see. And if you happen to miss one of our past episodes, we did the M416 versus the M16A3 and the L96 versus the M40. I highly suggest the L96 versus the M40. That was one of my favorite episodes because I am a recon player and I really enjoy playing recon. So check either of those out if you missed them, and be sure to subscribe and rate this. And as always, go over to the poll and vote for this week's weapon. Without you guys, these episodes would be impossible because your feedback is really important. But I'll see you guys next time. Peace.